He knew Israel would retaliate with everything it had. He documented a plan in August 2022 and decided to move forward with it. Sinwar believed Israel might even use a nuclear bomb. The document says it plainly: this is a battle of life or death. He chose death for everyone. The mastermind behind the October 7th attacks believed Israel could respond with a nuclear strike, yet he was prepared to press ahead with the plan. A newly revealed handwritten document by Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar suggests he believed Israel might even resort to using nuclear weapons against Gaza, yet he was prepared to proceed regardless. The document, dated 24 August 2022, has been made public by the Amit Terrorism and Intelligence Research Institute as part of an ongoing series of Hamas documents captured by the Israel Defense Forces during operations in Gaza. According to the Institute, the handwritten notes offer one of the clearest insights yet into Sinwar's thinking as Hamas prepared for what would eventually become the October 7th, 2023 attack. In the document, Sinwar acknowledged that Israel would inevitably launch a powerful military response following any large-scale Hamas assault.
The enemy will not hesitate to use all the means and weapons at its disposal, not only through attack but also by other means. It may even use a nuclear bomb. But first, it will be surprised by the attack and descend into chaos. As an additional precaution, a popular operation should be organized to return to the villages and symbolically reoccupy them. This campaign is a battle of life or death, and there will be life with Allah's help.
The Amit Institute said the document demonstrates that, even while contemplating the possible destruction of the Gaza Strip, Sinwar remained committed to what it described as his messianic vision of confronting Israel. The newly released document also sheds light on the scale of Hamas's original military ambitions. According to the handwritten plans, Hamas initially envisioned deploying up to 10,000 fighters to attack more than 200 Israeli communities and military positions. In reality, the October 7 assault involved roughly 2,000 Hamas militants in the first wave, a similar number in the second, followed by around 1,600 additional untrained Gazans, bringing the total number of attackers to approximately 5,600. The revelations form part of a broader cache of internal Hamas documents released over recent months. Earlier documents, also attributed to Sinwar, outlined plans to systematically deceive Israel into lowering its guard before launching a surprise attack. One document, dated 13th of September 2022, was reportedly titled "Building a Strategic Deception Plan, which will be the basis for a surprise attack by Hamas on Israel." Together, the documents provide an increasingly detailed picture of Hamas's long-term planning before October 7th, revealing a strategy built on deception, surprise, and preparation for an overwhelming Israeli response, even one that Sinwar believed could reach the nuclear threshold.
The Israeli military claimed to have found documents in Gaza that show direct links between Hamas, Iran's Revolutionary Guards, and Bashar al-Assad. The papers include correspondence between senior figures across the so-called axis of resistance: Yahya Sinwar, Ismail Haniyeh, Hassan Nasrallah, and Mohammed Said Izadi, a commander in the IRGC's Quds force who was later killed. All feature in the exchanges. Izadi led the Palestinian branch of the Quds force and was killed in an Israeli strike on Qom in June 2025. According to the Israeli army report, Sinwar called Syria an essential base in a letter and the Assad regime's stay in power essential, writing,
Syria is essential for us as a base of refuge and a space for construction and settlement. Through the Assad regime, we can participate in the Quds-based resistance program.
The documents also uncovered minutes of a meeting between Izadi, Hamas, and Hezbollah officials, detailing their plan to resume relations between the groups and the Syrian regime, as well as to reduce public reaction to future cooperation between them. According to these documents, a meeting between Assad and various Palestinian groups was also arranged to divert attention from Hamas. During the meeting, Haniyeh called on Syria to release Palestinian prisoners held by the Assad government, saying that this move would help reduce public protests against the resumption of relations between the regime and Hamas. In a separate letter found by the Israeli military, a cleric close to Hamas leadership criticized the objections of some Arab groups to renewing ties with the Syrian government. He wrote,
Hamas is expected to act against Iran in Iraq, against Bashar al-Assad and his regime in Syria, and against the Houthis. Hamas should not establish any friendly relations or cooperation with these. This is a strategic degeneration that, if accepted, will only lead to the downfall of Hamas.
On 8 December 2024, 11 days after armed opposition groups began their attacks, the government of Bashar al-Assad finally fell. In late June 2025, the Israeli army announced that documents linking Saeed Izzadi to the leadership of Hamas military wing had been discovered in the tunnel under the European hospital in Khan Yunis, where Mohammed Sinwar was killed. The Israeli military announced that, based on these documents, Izzadi transferred approximately $21 million in weapons to Hamas and intended to transfer another $25 million. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz announced the killing of Izzadi in an Israeli attack on an apartment in Qom on 21 June 2025, stressing that he had played an effective role in providing Hamas with funding and weapons for the 7th October attack. Izzadi, also known as Hajj Ramadan, was responsible for leading the Palestinian branch of the IRGC's Quds force in Lebanon. He played a pivotal role in coordinating with groups such as Hamas and Islamic Jihad, and was the Islamic Republic's main liaison with these groups in Gaza, the West Bank, Jordan, and other regions. Izzadi commanded Unit 3900, a joint unit composed of Hezbollah forces and the Palestinian branch of the Quds Force, whose mission, according to Israeli sources, was to support operations against Israeli interests around the world by providing financing, military training, and weapons to Palestinian groups.